So, like I said in the previous video, it's fucking 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning almost, and my birthday's tomorrow. Um, Listen, to me, ever since I overcame that kind of mental barrier where time doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I remember when I was learning how to trade, I did not even know what day of the week it was. It's irrelevant to me. It doesn't matter. Okay? All that matters to me is that, like, okay, is this day more probable? Like, people know as like Fridays and Mondays are like less probable to win trades. And according to their strategies for some people. And weekends don't matter. People are usually born on the weekends because like you want to fucking take trades, right? Um and I remember a time where I didn't even have awareness for time. Um, a certain person has a framework for this. I can't remember if it's Alex Hermosi or Charlie Morgan. I believe it was Charlie Morgan, really good mentor. He taught me about mental. I think it was Alex Hermosi. It's they're no, it was Charlie Morgan. Yeah. Um, freaking time blocks. Okay, so you have like internal and external fucking time blocks. It's like trading. You know, you have like daily time blocks, okay, from 9 to 5 at work, and then from 5 to 9 I, delegate time to my business, right? That's a deep work state. Deep work state, that's the word I'm looking for. I have it written down somewhere. I'm not gonna go look for it. And then if you let's say you don't work and you work super hard from the whole week, you have a weekly time block until you go on like vacation. You have monthly, you have yearly. The longer you're locked in, the longer you are locked in, the deeper in the rabbit hole you go. I was in such a deep time frame, time block, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I was so deep into it that I didn't even care. Like, to me, time was irrelevant. All that mattered was that I was going to do what I was going to do today, and then I was going to do what I was going to do tomorrow. And then I have some projects slash goals slash um, assignments that I need to work on in order to move on to whatever next step I was. And in those days where it was today and tomorrow, I would figure out how to achieve that. I only had one goal. Didn't have anything else. I know people that relied on me. I had no external factors. I had no friends that was fucking bothering me to go out with them. I never had any other distractions. I was at peace with myself. Okay? And I found comfort in my own solitude. And that I kind of talk about in this course as well. How to, like, actually, I'm going to write that down. That's actually a really good topic. I don't know if I talked about it. How to be okay with being alone. I'm going to write my phone after. It's not silent right now, and I don't want to look for it somewhere here. Anyways, like I was saying, I was in such a deep workflow state. I keep calling it different things that I didn't care what time it was. It doesn't matter if it's fucking Christmas. Doesn't matter if it's my fucking birthday. It doesn't matter what fucking time of year it is. Because, like I said earlier, the algorithm doesn't care when you start trading, when you don't trade, right? Algorithm's gonna do its thing. So it's not like really a sad thing that I don't want to go off, like go do something for my birthday. It's more so I find, and this is with my like dopamine levels framework. I find it more dopamine inducing slash exciting slash important, because that's what dopamine is, level of importance slash excitement. Because let's say going out is like more, if it's more exciting for you, means it's more important for you. Maybe not like more fulfilling and more actually important, but in the moment. Because if it wasn't important to you in the moment, you wouldn't be doing it, right? Most important to me that I go and spend time with my friends because whatever fuck all reason, okay? Whatever. To me, it's just not important, you know? Like, I actually find more, isn't that fucking crazy? I find more enjoyment than doing this and going out. Because I don't feel like I deserve to go out yet. I feel like I have to fucking work my ass off just so I can even feel like I can rest. This is how deep I am into this shit, bro. Because if I just go out now, guess what happens? Guess what happens? I am going to stress. Because I have this unfinished fucking project that I have the biggest fucking idea that came into my fucking head. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say, okay, it's a pretty good idea and I could probably fucking change absolutely everyone's fucking life with this shit. But no, I'm just gonna go and fucking drink some fucking alcohol or do some bullshit or whatever the fuck. I never had alcohol in my life, but I'm just giving an example. Um, doesn't fucking make sense. Not to me. Not to me. And I'm hoping not to you too. Because that's why you're here. So it should make sense to you. As to why you shouldn't do that. It doesn't fucking matter what day of the year it is. I move my own time. That's the beauty about being a trader. You get geographical freedom, financial freedom, and you move on your own schedule. You don't move on anyone else's fucking schedule. The only time you ever need to move on someone else's schedule is the fucking algorithms. And when is that? 9 to 11 in the morning. And what do you gotta do? Fucking listen to your rules. Discipline yourself. What do you get after that? Whatever the fuck you want. Anywhere, anything, whatever. For the whole entirety of your damn life. See, I was just about to say God damn. But I said damn. See how I stopped myself there? Pattern interrupt. Controlling yourself again. So, pretty much, the thing about being on your own time is that you get to feel like you're actually in control. My fucking life isn't dictated by what someone else has to say. Just because I was born on a certain fucking day does not mean on this certain fucking day I gotta go do an XYZ. No, dude. I gotta go do XYZ when I actually want to. I don't need a fucking external reason to. I can, bro, every day, you know how people say every day is my fucking birthday when you get successful? Like, have you ever heard that fucking saying, every day is my birthday, and successful people say that? This is exactly what I fucking mean. I can make any day my birthday. Like, just because it's this day doesn't mean it's special. People on their birthday, they go and treat themselves. Okay, I'm going to go and rent out whatever, and then I'm going to buy this, and I'm going to go to this club, and I'm going to do that. Bro, once you fucking work hard enough, you can realistically get as much fucking money as you want. Because let's just say hypothetically, you had a fuck ton of funded accounts, you got paid out a lot. In fact, bro, I'm in a fucking group chat with a bunch of fucking kids. They're literally kids. They're my fucking age, bro. Like 18, 19, 20. And these guys have more net worth than probably like the entirety of families that I know, bro. Okay? Like the materialistic things come to a certain fucking point. Maybe they can't buy a fucking private jet, but they can sure as hell rent one if they really wanted to. And they can do that any time of the fucking year. Cars aren't even a fucking question. They own the cars. Right? I'm about to get a fucking car. Nice ass car. I don't know what it's gonna be. Yeah, I didn't talk about that. But what the fuck what could you possibly, once you have all the money in the world, let's say from trading, what could you possibly give yourself on your birthday that you can't give yourself on any other day of the year? Repeatedly. Like, oh, for my birthday, I'm going to go to, like, this island and go to... Bro, you can fucking do that anytime. In fact, you're already doing that. So that's how, like, these events get... Like, it isn't... You don't see fucking... Oh, it's Christmas. Bro, you are giving yourself gifts on Christmas. You're actually giving it to other fucking people. You can dictate your own life in your own time. You have so much control. You have no fucking idea. You don't even know the start of it, bro. Even I don't know the start of it. I always humble myself and tell myself I don't know shit. Because there's a saying, is that when you... I know that I know nothing. Hold up. Let me look up the quote. It's a really good quote. 1 second. So it's a Socrates quote, and it actually ties into exactly what I was saying earlier. And I'm about to put you guys on some game right now. So it's that I only know one thing, is that I know nothing. So when you drop your pride, ego, and all that bullshit, and you really learn and study yourself, you'll know that you actually know fucking nothing. You'll know that you will want to study so much shit in your life and get so much stuff done, but then get met with the ultimate thing that you will never fucking learn even 0.1% of the knowledge that you want to learn. You are so stupid and insignificant that you're gonna like actually shit your pants when you find this out. Like, you might think you know everything, but you know fucking absolutely nothing. And I am the exact same fucking way, bro. Okay? Because to actually fucking do something great, you gotta put in so many hours, and after all those fucking hours, you realize, holy shit, this is like 0.1% of like actually what I really want to do. You know? Because your fucking goal is going to increase as you scale up. Like, for example, it's like the gym pump, right? You're going to go to the gym, you're going to go lift weights, you're going to see yourself all pumped up, but you'll never actually consistently look like your pump, because by the time you look like your pump, you'll have a new pump. You know what I mean? Here, you know what? I'll actually draw it out on paint real quick, just for you guys that aren't really catching what I'm saying. So let's just say so right now it's fucking June. Let's just say in April, this is me, okay? And then this is my pump when I'm in the gym, right? So when I'm at the gym, obviously I look like my fucking pump. But then we have June. It's almost June, right? By June, I think you guys should be getting it now, I'm going to look like my pump whenever I'm not at the gym. But then guess what? When I go to the gym, You're never gonna look like your pump. It's the exact same thing here. You're never gonna, because once you get to a certain threshold of intelligence, you're never gonna want to settle. It makes no fucking sense. It's like, oh, if I can do this, why can't I do the next thing? Because I just did all this shit. It's like saying, when you become a profitable trader, why are you gonna just stop trading a one funded account when you can copy trade and then scale? Like, or like when you're in a business, you make $10,000 a month. Are you okay with 10? Oh, the fuck, you're not okay with $10,000 a month? Because once you get there, you're gonna want to learn how to make more because you'll have more opportunity, bro. Right? It's like saying to you right now, would you be okay with a fucking 9 to 5? But like before you had a 9 to 5, you wanted to get a 9 to 5. You wanted to get a job, and then once you learn what jobs are, now you want to go and fucking make money online. Like, it's step by step and never stops. That's what the cycle of work is, and people think it's a depressing cycle from the outside, but it's not. It's so much fun. You have so much fucking reason to live. You have so much shit that you do in your life. Like, holy fucking crap, I actually did that. Like, I'm a fucking G, and that's how it gets addicting. Anyways, so what I mean by this is that you're never gonna learn everything you want. But that's not a bad thing, okay? That's a good thing. That means you've humbled yourself enough to realize that. And once you're at that point, you're like, okay, yo, maybe I don't know everything, but guess what? I'll try to figure out what I can. Now I know there's so much out there to learn. Let me actually put my mind to it. So Socrates has a pretty good quote, because I study Socrates quite a bit. It's called Socratic irony. And this is how you get down to the root cause of your problems. That I was talking about earlier. So Socratic irony is basically you questioning everything for absolutely no fucking reason. Let's just look it up right now, okay? Socratic irony. Hopefully I didn't fucking leak anything. Doesn't matter. Okay. Hold up. Let me actually. I go up to you and I say, and all my questions are gonna start with why. Why is it cold outside? You're gonna say, well, it's raining, and you know what I'm gonna say, why is it raining? And you'd be like, huh? What the fuck you mean why it's raining? Because the rain is coming down, right? Like, because clouds are forming rain, right? Like, why are the clouds form rain? Like, I don't know. What do you mean? Why did the clouds form rain? Probably because, you know, humidity and fucking, I don't know the biology behind that, bro. It's been so long since I learned that shit. Humidification and, you know, water evaporating, all that bullshit. So now you start learning about the cycle of water evaporating and going into clouds formation, and it rains. That's called Socratic irony. When you question shit like an ignorant dickhead and you learn from it. So if I were to say to you, okay, like, let me put this into a really good example. This one's gonna fucking hit you like crazy. I'm gonna ask you, why are you blowing your funded accounts? You're gonna say to me, oh, I blow my funded accounts because I can't manage my risk. I'm gonna ask you, why can't you manage your risk? You're gonna be like, what the fuck? What do you mean, why can't I manage my risk? Because I have problems. Why do you have these problems? Well, I have these problems because, and then you stop and think. Okay, like, what problems? Let's just talk about, like, overtrading, whatever the fuck, as an example. Why do I have the problem of overtrading? Well, because, and you kind of realize, oh, why do I have the problem of overtrading? Okay. Probably because I'm doing too many executions, because I think that I can, you know, let's talk about multiple scenarios actually. Too many executions. I think I can make my profits back. I'm greedy. I'm impatient. See how there are all these possible routes? Then what you want to do is you want to go down the first route and then split that up. So let's just pick the greedy route, okay? Why are you greedy? I'm greedy because I don't have enough money IRL. Okay, so how do you fix that problem? Well, go fucking get a job. Okay, go fucking make some money. Okay, what if you don't want to do that? Okay, then your other option is detach money from trading. And I already spoke about how to do that. So let's now take it. We solved that problem. We got to the fucking root, okay? We cleansed the route. Now let's take a step back. Let's go to the other fucking path. So we have greed. We took care of that. So now the problem can't be greed. Now, the next thing that we're going to be moving on to is, let's say, I think I can make my money back from losses. So where does that lead into? Well, how to take a loss. You can't take a loss properly. Let's figure out, why can't you take a loss? Well, I can't take a loss because blah, 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 blah. You're going to give me your fucking reasons, and then I'm going to tell you, okay, it's because you have an ego. How do you fucking humble an ego? What did I say earlier, guys? By realizing that you're not well, it's not about that you're not shit. It's about realizing what you are. See how if your words, actions, and thoughts align, you can't like be unsure of yourself, right? So, because ego and confidence always get mixed up, right? Your confidence level should be in line with your thoughts, words, and actions, because that's what you actually are. Ego is just anything above that, right? So I can fucking go around and say, and say, oh yeah, I'm a fucking big baller, make a lot of money day trading. Look at me, blah 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 blah. Like I'm probably gonna get a fucking Ferrari this year, but I don't ever say that shit, right? Because it gives myself false expectations and stress. And on top of that, I have to prove something to someone that I don't get that probably doesn't give a fuck about me, right? It doesn't fucking make sense. So you gotta get rid of the ego. How do you fucking get rid of the ego? By humbling yourself. How can you humble yourself? Method A, B, C, and D, and I'll tell you the fucking exact method, right? Because I'll fucking know you, like if you're working with me, or if you're working with yourself, fucking, like bro, it's so easy to fucking dig down to these. Let's move on to another example. We took care of greed. We took care of ego. So not ego. I was on before ego. We took care of overtrading. No overtrading. Sorry, that was before. I took care of Let's actually write this down in paint. New paint. All right. I guess we can do like a little fucking roadmap, right? So we can do like over trading. Actually, we'll type it out. How about that? It'd be a lot easier. Oh, can't type it on here. You know what that means, guys? We use freaking. Let me actually copy paste this into the phone because I don't want to have to like worry about the chart. All right. Let's do a little freaking roadmap, right? So over trading, or why? So this is a Socratic irony, right? Why are you blowing fundeds? Well, because I didn't find the first reason. I can't manage risk. Why can't I manage risk? Right? And it's gonna be I overtrade. Okay. Now this is the beginning of the roadmap, right? Now we have the first reason for overtrading that we said earlier, greed, right? Now, how do we fix greed? How do we fix? And then we list out the reasons earlier. I'm not going to write them down because we're going to be talking about something else first. The next reason that we have talked about is going to be what was it? Can't take a loss. And then here are the frameworks. How do we deal with the loss? And then the next one, let's just pick. So overtrade. Why do you overtrade? Well, another reason. I said them a lot earlier, but I kind of forgot it. Reason for overtrading. Trading is addicting. How about that? Now you're not gonna probably straight up say it because no one can really identify that. No one's gonna admit to their addictions. It's pretty difficult unless you're self-aware enough, which is actually really fucking good. How do we now watch this, guys? Substitute for this addiction, right? Because like I said earlier, you can't just like stop doing an addiction. You need to substitute with someone else. You need to change your priority list. You need to make one more addicting than the other. Like I said earlier, I find working more addicting than going out and doing useless shit, right? So how do we make trading less addicting, right? Maybe how do we substitute for this addiction? That's one possible scenario. So how do we make trading less addicting? And the next one is how do we make trading, how do we make something else more addicting than trading, right? Now here are 3 very possible solutions to your problem. And what you could do based off of this is, Okay, we have XYZ, whatever it is. Let's just say, I got this whole entire thing. I can't move my chart to the right. That's actually really annoying. It's okay. I'm not gonna be here for long anyway. Actually, did I exit bar replay? Oh, I can. That's perfect. Can I hide the chart? Perfect. How do we make something else more addicting than trading? Well, we have whatever it is that's is more addicting than trading, right? It's a good thing for us, whatever it is. Say, how do we get the most out of it? So as an example, let's just say that we have something else more addicting than trading. Let's just say you or like better, knowing why you trade. Meaning if you trade to retire your parents and your mom works really hard and you really want her to stop working her back for you, or your dad, or do it for your girlfriend, whatever, know why you trade, right? Now how do we get the most out of it? So that's actually a step before that, knowing why you trade. How do we use this? See how this is just one route out of, this is actually insane. I'm putting you guys on some more sauce. How do we use this? Let's just say visual reminder. Print out a picture of said person. Now, how do we get the most out of it? Well, display the picture in front of us while we trade. I keep saying us like we're both here. It's funny. In front of you as you trade. Boom. Perfect. That's all. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And this is just some shit that I literally just made up. I don't even know who the fuck you are. And it just came off the top of my head. Just. But if I was working with you one-on-one, this was the type of shit that we would do. And it would do for every single one, every single now we take a marker, boom. This entire trail is dead. We solved the problem. This is our solution right here. Right? Can I edit this, please? I greatly appreciate that. Dude. Okay, so this entire route is dead. Why? Because we solved the problem. This is our solution. Now we can remove this and then work on the next one, and then work on this one, and work on this one right here. And then boom, now we cannot overtrade. It's quite literally impossible for us to overtrade because we solve all these problems right here. Let's just say we greened out this whole entire section. Now we move on to the next one. I stress when I enter trades. I get FOMO when I enter trades. I don't know how to trade properly. I don't know my model well enough. I don't know how to manage risk. I blah 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 blah. Freaking, I don't know which funded account to use. I don't know what kind of rules I should follow. So you have all these fucking problems, and they can all be solved just like this. I literally solved this problem in like a couple of minutes. Okay, and I don't even know who you are. It's just that easy. Because when you have someone fucking professional doing this shit and who's done it a bunch of times, it's like clockwork for them. Okay, you're not gonna go and fucking learn something yourself just because you saw it for the first time. You can literally just get taught by fucking someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about, and just like literally just copying them, right? And then you have someone fucking help you, like basically, like, bro, listen, I didn't fucking learn all these trading concepts myself. Well, of course I learned them by myself, but I had people help me. I had someone help me one-on-one, right? Like I didn't really have like a coach. I had more so like a friend, whatever. It's kind of irrelevant. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you might think that you can do this all yourself, but you really can't. Unless you have like you need okay, there's a quote, another quote is that a master of an artwork cannot see the flaws within their own artwork because they only see really the good things, right? I've done this shit a million fucking times. That's why I can just pull it out of my ass like this, right? For you to go and figure this out on your own is going to be absolutely AIDS, right? Because the whole point of learning how to trade is to like know yourself so well that you can do this shit like this, like this, like this. That's why you go to school. You go learn from a professor who's done this shit for 10 years, 20 years, and then you go and apply it yourself. Like it's easy. You're not gonna go and do you freaking university on your own in fucking the internet, bro. Like you're not like, cause everything exists on the internet. You know what I mean? You can go and probably find pirated university courses. You can go and find um YouTube videos on every single topic, and you can go learn how to. You can quite literally learn an entire degree if you just put in the work yourself. But the thing is, there's no live feedback loop, okay? So when you're doing something wrong, you'll never actually fucking know because you're teaching yourself. An inexperienced person teaching an inexperienced person. It's like they say, the blind leading the blind, right? So you can try your best doing this, but this is essentially how you keep yourself in check, right? But please have someone help you while you're doing this shit. I don't care if you come to me, if I'm offering my mentorship at the time, or if I'm offering my premium, whatever the fuck, bro. I don't care if you go to a different coach. I don't care if you have your buddy do it for you. I don't care if you have your girlfriend do it for you. Have some accountability in your life and have someone be able that you're comfortable with, able to criticize you and judge you and fix what needs to be fixed. And you gotta make sure this person is fucking smart and not stupid, because they'll fuck something up if you're vulnerable with them, and it's gonna stick with you for life because you're like, oh, like I trust him, and even if they're really shit at what they do, right? Because you can love someone and they can be shit at what they do, and that's just an emotional engagement right there. It's like, okay, I love you, but you're shit at what you do, but I'm gonna let you try to optimize me for something that you're not even fucking good at yourself, just because I love you. That makes no fucking sense, right? That's like saying I'm gonna take a trade just because I feel like this trade is right, even though it's not following the strategy, and the strategy is really fucking good. You know what I mean? It's feeling induced. Um, but here's just a framework that I have kind of written out. All I can really say is nothing, because that's it for this video. I'm hella tired. I don't know if I'm gonna go to bed or I can't even talk. I don't know if I'm gonna go to bed or record another video. We'll see. And yeah. All right, cool.